Hello, welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. I'm so happy to meet you again. Hope you're doing great. So before I begin today's topic, I would like you to please subscribe if you haven't. Otherwise, you will miss out on the important topics. You can also like if you really like the content. And another kind request is please listen to the video completely because I'm going to discuss about 3 types of learners. At the same time, you can also analyze, assess, and find out the right method to help you with the fluency. Because before listening completely, you may come to a conclusion, and that will not really help you. Okay, so there are a lot of resources available these days, not just on YouTube, but everywhere, both offline and online. But still, some of you feel that I'm not becoming fluent in the English language. Now, this video is not just for people who are working on the English language, anything in life. Okay, you can replace English with anything. So my question is it advisable to listen to your mother tongue, any resource in your mother tongue, or read in your mother tongue on the language that you're comfortable in to develop a new language? If you want to learn the skill of swimming, now forget about the skill. Because skill develops eventually. First, you work on it, you practice, and then the skill comes with passion and interest. Initially, it's not necessary that you will have the passion to learn a language also. Not with everyone. You develop it over time. Now, coming to swimming, if you want to learn swimming, and if you're a very good dancer, will you use dance to learn swimming? Of course, experts do it. I'm not talking about the advanced type of learners because you can mix and match and learn anything these days. But I'm talking about the beginners. So there are 2 types of learners that I'm going to discuss through this video. The first one is, suppose you read a book or you come across a new word, okay, and you're not able to understand the meaning of this word or a phrase or an idiom. And you refer the English dictionary. There also the word is given in simple English, but still you're not able to understand it completely. You can refer resources, a dictionary or video or whatever you want in your native tongue or the language that you're comfortable in. This is just for reference sake. But make sure that you express the same thing that you have understood in the language that you're trying to develop. If it's English, in English. So just for referring, just to get the content, just to get clarity, you can listen to the particular content in the language that you're comfortable in. But the second type of learner, that is if you're working on your fluency and communication skills, and if you still keep listening to videos or if you keep reading in your mother tongue to develop another language, it is not necessary that you will evolve at the pace that you really set the target for. No, it will not work that way. Now, when you take assistance, when you take classes, of course, you take classes from a person who's really better than you in English or any other language that you want to develop. It could be an expert, or you can say a famous YouTuber or a person with experience, whatever it is. So the instructions and guidelines given in English also matter. Now, if you're having this habit of listening to videos in your mother tongue, I have seen a lot of YouTubers using bilingual language. You can write it down. Of course, they use English in the videos. Write it down and try to convert that into your language. I'm not asking you to translate. Translation will not work because no 2 languages are the same. Please take a note of that. No 2 languages are the same. So when you listen to something in the new language, what happens is you get to hear a lot of things. Even the instructions and the guidelines matter. As I told you in one of my videos, when I started schooling, especially in another country, I had a lot of teachers from other culture and tradition. It was very difficult for me. I was just in grade 1. It was very difficult for me to understand the instruction, the basic instruction. I still remember coming back home and telling my mother, I don't want to go to school. But still, eventually, I started understanding things. I got comfortable. Yes, so it is always better to learn and imbibe any language. So the small instructions given, the small guidelines given also matter. Bilingual language is good for you to understand. The first case, that is just to refer something. But if you really want to develop the fluency when you go to the next level, make sure that you understand, listen, read, and practice in English. Now, the next question is, I don't have many people to talk to in English. Talk to yourself. You know something. There are a lot of people who are really working consistently on the skills, on the areas that they really want to develop. And many of them have really succeeded. I will be introducing some active learning methods through my videos, but still before that, set your mind right. Something is wrong with the way you're learning. Because these days we've got a lot of resources, even on YouTube, beautiful people and beautiful channels. Come on, so many people learned languages even when we didn't have these digital platforms, even when we didn't have access to books. Now we have got so many things, but still there is something lacking. That is only the effort that you're taking. I know that you all are working so hard, but still, what you should have in mind is, if you are in the habit of listening to something that you are comfortable with, try to get out of that comfort zone for some time and work on the fluency. You can have this to and fro attitude in life. When you don't understand something, refer. For example, if you don't understand a phrase, if you don't understand the exact meaning of preposition or the meaning of a sentence, go back to the mother tongue resource or whatever you're comfortable with. But after that, try to express it in the language that you're learning, because that helps. I can see a lot of people who are working, really working on the skills, and that is really great. So when I receive a mail from a beginner saying that your videos are really helpful, I can understand. I'm able to understand and comprehend that the learner has already started working on it. So do not rely on things that is already available on silver platter. If you don't understand something, go to it. But otherwise, if you're working on your fluency and communication skills, first thing is you need to do all these things. Now, what happens if you keep sitting in the comfort zone? First thing is you will have the tendency to translate everything. You will not do it consciously. Now, remember that there are two types of learning. One is it happens consciously. Learning happens consciously. The other way is it happens subconsciously. When you sit to study, you know that you're making an effort to study. That is conscious learning. Now, what is subconscious learning? Subconscious learning is something, you're doing something, but at the back of the mind, maybe at the background, you get to hear something, or when you're listening to someone speaking, there also some words registers in your mind. Have you noticed that? And that is very powerful. Your subconscious mind is really very, very powerful. So that is why I told you, listening to instructions, guidelines from an English class during a class will really help you, whether it's Spanish or German or any difficult language in the world. Okay, so when you continue in your comfort zone, you will be having the tendency to translate. So it happens consciously sometimes or subconsciously, where you think in some other language and then try to translate, which is wrong. It will stop you and it will not help you to think in English. I've always been asking my learners to think in English. So what happens is, when you stop this particular approach of translating, it will really help you to think in English. And that is where the progress comes. So it will help you to think in English. It will actually stop that approach of translating words and sentences. The third thing is you become more open-minded. You will stop restricting yourself. You will have a better mindset to grab and grasp anything that you hear. All right? So these are some of the advantages. And when you slightly shake yourself from the comfort zone, what happens is you will only get the benefit. Your communication skills develop. At the same time, your fluency will also develop. You cannot learn everything in a day. Okay? As the famous saying is there, the city of Rome was not built in a day. It's a lot of hard work, determination, and imagination. So language is also like that. So stay tuned. And if you're doing it wrong, set it right. Slowly, slowly you can do it. You don't have to do it immediately. And if you fall in the first category, of course, you have to refer to resources and materials. I also do that. But when you want to develop your fluency, when you want to really come up with something better and make yourself a polished version, you need to start taking effort and express the same thing that you have listened to in your mother tongue or read in your mother tongue to the new language. Write down something and also consistently work on it. That is how people develop. It is no magic, but the magic is in you. So stay positive and stay tuned. This is Rini Rose Matthew. I hope that this video really will help you. Bye-bye.